Like many cars these days, the Dayun DY3 has a way of saying hello to you when you unlock. That's at the front, of course. And then when I lock it again, let's have a look. It goes like that and like that. And there it says goodbye. And that's on the front. And it does the same on the back as well. Look at that light bar right across, like a wave over there. It literally comes across in a wave form, greeting you when you unlock and saying goodbye when you lock the car.
Hi, I'm Eleanor. Welcome to MotorMatters, your favorite channel for all things motoring in South Africa. The newest, the latest, the greatest and the best. All things that are on the South African motoring scene. So subscribe to the channel now. Make sure you never miss a new video of ours. But what have I got for you today? Well, something a little bit different. The cheapest, I repeat, the cheapest currently at this point, full electric vehicle in South Africa. You heard me right. The cheapest EV you can buy right now in this country. The Dayun DY3. Chinese built, yes, but that's not the point. And in case you don't believe me, there's your charging port, just to prove to you it is an EV. Neat, small, looks good as far as I'm concerned. It's an A to B segment hatchback. There are two models available, two spec levels. Let me put it that way, the standard and the VIP. This is the VIP version, and on the exterior there are a couple of little signals that will show you it's the VIP. Number one, LED headlights and daytime running lights. And they give you nice little light shows, which you'll see in the video when you lock and unlock the car, as happens with a lot of modern cars. You come around the side over here, you can see it's a hatch, but it's slightly raised, and I'm mentioning that for a reason. 200 millimeters of ground clearance. Now that's a lot more than most hatches you get on the market today. Perfect for bad roads, for potholes, and for all the hazards that you encounter on a day-to-day basis in our roads and on our roads. VIP model again, 16-inch wheels on either one, but the VIP gives you alloys, whereas you don't get alloys on the standard version. You come across, you have a look over here, the cladding across the bottom with even, look here, you can see a little bit of chrome effect as well. Let's have a look at the back, because that's always important, isn't it? It's a family, it's a little city run around, but maybe you want it for the school run, to put a couple of kids in the back, things like that. So what's the space like? That's important, isn't it? Well, you can see on that side the driver's seat is set. For me, the passenger seat is pretty similar. There's decent space over here. I mean, lots of knee room and plenty of height, which is very, very important as far as I'm concerned. The VIP spec gives you artificial leather as opposed to a cloth or something like that in the standard version. So again, just makes it that little bit more upmarket. Electric windows all around as well, by the way, for the front and the back. Come round to the rear over here. Let's take a look. And another big feature of the VIP model is that light bar all the way across the back, which you don't get on the standard model. Pop open the boot, and you'll see charging cable, of course, over there. There is a bit of storage underneath over here, where you'll see, for example, for the cable, etc. But it's like that over at the moment. But you'll see there's quite an angle to the back seat. So what do you think? Allen test or not Allen test? Of course we're doing the Allen test. How could we not? This is, I'm allowing for the fact of closing here. It's about a half Allen boot. Sorry, can't give it more than a half Allen rating today. But I think you'll understand that a half Allen for a little city car is not bad at all. I'm stressing the whole time city car. Why do I tell you that? Well, the DY3 is powered obviously by a battery, gives you 35 kilowatts, 105 newton meters of torque. Those numbers don't sound incredible. Top speed of approximately 115 kilometers an hour. So I say a city car because obviously a range of just over 300 kilometers on a charge, up to 330. I get range anxiety at 250, but you know me. That's not the point. I can tell you, I've tested it on the freeway. And as Enviro Auto put it, this is a middle lane or left lane car. You don't want to go in the fast lane in it. No, it's not about that. But what you can do is if you want to do freeways or highways, I find the sweet spot in this car between 90 and 100 kilometers an hour. You never want to run any vehicle, doesn't matter how it's powered, at full bore all the time. It's just going to deplete the battery a lot faster. But what I can tell you is I was surprised at how stable it was on the freeway, how solid it feels, and stay out of the way of the faster moving traffic, but you can very happily cruise down the highway at, as I said, 90 to 100 kilometers an hour, and you've got your range that you can do. But it's not for that. It's for, as far as I'm concerned, predominantly city driving. And boy, does it fill that role. But let's have a look at it on the road and let's check it out inside. Most EVs give you what they call a front trunk or whatever. A little bit different on this one because look here. This is where your battery pack is, for example, your ancillary battery, and all your electronics are in this front area. So you really can reach everything easily, get to everything, and maintenance and servicing is nice and easy, but you don't get the extra storage space. On the road, this car absolutely amazes me in all the right ways. It's obviously typically silent, as you expect from an EV. There's very little road noise of any sort. Obviously, whatever there is exaggerated, but that's not the thing about it. It's obviously a small car, short wheelbase, so it's a little bit bouncy on uneven surfaces, but you just don't care about things like that. And just been instructed to wipe this windscreen there. But you'll notice now, of course, the biggest secret of any EV is the acceleration. So just watch this. As I put my foot down slightly, you get that little bit of a whine. I don't know if you can hear it, a little whistle, but it really isn't unpleasant. The handling is also really good for a small car. It's obviously super, super light and light to drive and easy to drive. And just everything about it says to me, I just want to cruise around the neighborhood. I want to cruise around the suburbs, and I want to just be your little town car for your urban use and just for driving around locally and around the area. Everything falls to hand nicely, your controls, you've got everything that you need. It just makes life simple. I think that's the word I want to use. And again, just watch this acceleration and the little whistle that comes with it is almost a bit of fun that adds to it. Like some cars you get that give you an exhaust roar when you put your foot down. Well, this just gives you that little whistle. I think that's what that's about. So really just overall fun with a capital F and practical with a capital P. Starting off behind the wheel, of course, you can see we've got digital instrumentation over there, which tells you everything you want, shows you everything you want, and the most important is, let me show you that one there, which tells you your range to empty or to deplete it. What word do you want to use? Range anxiety, yes, you know I always have it. I'm not going to apologize for it in any way whatsoever. Having a look at the steering wheel over here. Look at this, your multifunction steering wheel. You've even got cruise control on this one. How's that? And of course, all your other buttons for your sound system, for your phone, everything else you want and expect over there. And then down over there, to the right of the steering wheel, I'm trying to show it to you. You've even got a button for eco and sport mode. But you may have noticed when I showed you over there, I've been in sport mode the whole time on this test. Why not? It's part of the fun of the car. Now, allowing for the fact that this is the VIP version, not the standard, so I'm also pointing out a few of the differences. You do get this infotainment screen over here, which does include reverse camera. And in fact, on the VIP, you've got front and rear park distance control beepers that do show up over there on that little image of the car. So that's important to know as well, that you do get features like this. You come down below, nice fact, you've got physical controls for your aircon system, for your ventilation, for everything else that you have over there. You know I always like those things. Further down, you've got a 12 volt and a USB over there. So those are neat and useful. And you've got lots of storage spots and slots and places all over the place over here. You notice that? And a very nice deep little console over there. The gear shifter, can I call it that, is a rotary, which is useful. And then again, VIP gives you electronic parking brake and hill hold assist. Now, those are both features that you do not get on the standard version. Another big feature of the VIP is the artificial leather trim with nice, neat counter stitching over there. And look over here at the effect on the dashboard even. What I'm showing you is, look at, yes, I know it's hard plastic. Let's not go there. But look at the sort of glossy effect you've got over here. You get 2 airbags as standard, by the way, ABS brakes, all those sort of things you get as standard. I think you're getting my point over here. Now, I've made a lot of fuss about the fact that this is the cheapest EV fully electric available in South Africa right now. The standard model, 400,000 Rand. The VIP model, as we now, 450 with, I've shown you a few of the differences. There are a few on the outside as well, like LED headlights instead of normal headlights, alloy wheels instead of normal wheels. That's where the extra 50,000 Rand goes. They both give you a range of just about 300 to 330 kilometers on a full charge. What Enviro Auto and where they've placed this car that is so important is the fact that at 400,000 Rand, that's about 8,000 Rand. They've got a deal with, I think, the bank where you can finance one of these at approximately 8,000 Rand per month. But just think how much you're going to save in fuel. I can tell you now, you can save a good couple of $1,000. Yes, you heard me, 1,000 Rand a month on your fuel bill or running cost, because even if you, however you're charging it, it's going to cost you way, way less. So your actual cost as compared to a internal combustion car is way down on that 8,000 Rand a month. You could probably knock 2,000 or 3,000 at least off there, which means you're looking at the equivalent of a 250 to 300,000 Rand petrol-powered car. And suddenly this makes so much more sense, doesn't it? Obviously up to you. You've got to be an early adopter to be one of the guys that's going to take on an EV. But as a town car, as a practical little runaround, I think this is pretty unbeatable. For MotorMatters, I'm Eleanor, and I'll see you next time.